prayer by our teacher, Rabbi Marshall T. Meyer. On this evening, the symbolic anniversary of your creation, help us, Adonai, God of love, to sense your presence, to perceive your voice amidst the din and tumult of our varied pursuits. Grant us the wisdom to distinguish between right and wrong, between the good and the better, between the creative and the destructive, so that we may achieve that which will endure. During the forthcoming days of scrutiny and repentance, help us to concentrate, O God, on our tattered souls and our atomized personalities. Quicken our tired and insensitive hearts, so that we may genuinely pray and thus ennoble our being.
Begin singing the opening beautiful song Achot Ketana, which is in the sheet that is with you.
Achot Ketana tefiloteha למחלותיה תכלשנה לקללותיה ונועם מילים לך תקרא ושיר והילולים כי לך עד מתי תעלים עינך ותראה זרים אוכלים נחלותיה תכלשנה לקללותיה לראש ממלכת כי בבור גלות נפשה ניתכת וכרום זולות ליבה שופכת בדלי דלות משכנותיה תכלשנה וקללותיה מתי תעלה בתך מבור ומבית כלא עולה תשבור ותפליא פלא בצאתך כגיבור להטב וכלה מחלותיה תכלשנה וקללותיה חזקו
of curses. We just want blessings in the year to come. Tachel Shana u'birchotei, may the new year bring lots and lots and lots of blessings to all of us. We write for Baruch Hu on page 5 in the Machzor. חליף את הזמנים, סדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם, רק כרצונו, מול היום הלילה, מול אלוהים, מפלחו שלחו של
הוא מעביר יום, הוא מביא לילה, הוא מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא, ברוך שמו.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא, ברוך שמו.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, בשוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, והיה שמוע תשמעו.
We
continue in the middle of page 8, praying for redemption, מלכותו ברצון.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל. לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף מלכותך ראו בניך. בוקע הים לפני משה, זה אלי אנו, ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא ברוך שמו, ינאי נאי נאי נאי
ישראל.
We pray for peace on page 9.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך הוא ברוך שמו, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל.
ירושלים ועל כל יושבי תבל.
Please rise. We sing together on page 10. תיקו בחודש שופר.
תיקו בחודש שופר, בכסל יום חגנו, כי חוק לישראל הוא משפט לאלוהי יעקב. תיקו בחודש שופר, בכסל יום חגנו, כי חוק לישראל הוא משפט לאלוהי יעקב. לישראל הוא משפט לאלוהי יעקב. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל הדברה קירותה, וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביום נכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מברך, לאדם ולעל מעל מיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמר קודשה בריחו לעילה לעילה. מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו amen.
Turn towards the east, facing Yerushalayim, to pray the first Amidah of these Yamim Noraim, of these high holy days, between pages 11 and 17. יהי שלום בחלך שלווה בארמנותייך. יהי שלום בחלך שלווה בארמנותייך. יהי שלום בחלק שלווה בארמנותייך.
Shalem, page 19.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, ועלמא דברה קילותי והמליך מלכותי בחייכון ובמכון ובכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מברך, לעלם ועלמא עלמיה יתברך.
ברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמך דקודשא וכו' אלא לילה מכל ברכתה ושילתה שבחתה ונחמתה רמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
אמן. ישלמה רבה מנשמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
Shana Tova to everyone.
שנה טובה.
We're in a moment going to rise for Kiddush to sanctify this day. The Svat Emet, a Hasidic commentary, Hasidic teacher, says that when we say Kodvenu b'Sefer Chaim, that you shall be written or inscribed in the book of life, that it's not an external book, but an internal book, that everyone needs to be inscribed on their heart, life. And that the work of Yamim Noraim is to clear out the heart so that God will once again inscribe life in the heart. And as we arrive on this day and we look around this place, it's been a long time since we've been in one service on the first night of Rosh Hashanah, since the church at 96th Street, which it's been a while. And just take a moment to see all the life that's here. There's also life that's not here, which means the empty seats are filled with the presence of people that we miss dearly, that we wish would have made it to another seal, whose love and goodness carries us forward. There's those of us who are struggling with illness, who are praying really hard that life will be on the heart again for the coming year. And I think all of us are feeling that in the muckiness of what it means to live in 2018 in America, that life will overcome all the insanity. Life and goodness, peace and blessing. That this new year comes in, we need to end the curses, as Roli says. of this past year and usher in blessing. So as we rise for Kiddush, I want to, from all of us, Roli, Ari, Marcelo, Aaron, all of us, Don, and our team of musicians and the whole community here, pray that we will have an inscription on the inside, on the heart of life, and that we will rise to mark this entry into this new year filled with hope and blessing, even as we carry along the empty seats in the sanctuary. Please rise for Kiddush on page 24.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'agafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bachar banu mikol העם ורוממנו מכל לשון וקידשנו במצוותיו ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה את יום הזיכרון הזה יום תרועה מקרא קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ודברך אמת וקיים לעד ברוך אתה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ מקדש ישראל ביום הזיכרון ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה
May be seated.
יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו שתחדש עלינו שנה טובה ומתוקה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי העץ.
בראש השנה איש לרעהו יקרא בשמחה ירלי 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 לשנה טובה, בראש השנה, איש לרעהו, יקרא בשמחה, לשנה טובה, לשנה טובה,
We come together this evening to welcome the new year in the midst of trying times. We come together bringing different personal experiences from the year that ends. Achievements, joys, and celebrations for some. Serious challenges, illness, loss, and grief for others. But collectively, we feel very keenly the turmoil and the instability. We feel confused and perplexed. A sense of, how could this be happening? And the challenging news keep coming at us day after day. We feel anxious. We are exhausted of being anxious. We fear for our democracy. We fear for truth. We fear for justice. We fear because of all the hatred that has been unleashed. We fear for the deep polarization and the divisiveness. We fear for Israel's democracy. We fear for the world. Last year at this time, when we gathered to usher in the new year, who could have imagined that things would unfold this way? Certainly the human condition entails a lack of clarity and understanding and uncertainty vis-à-vis the future. Who could have imagined? In the Torah, Moshe asks to see God's face. God responds, "You cannot see my face, for a human may not see me and live." Which means we can't see or understand the essence of reality. We cannot penetrate the heart of the mystery. Why suffering? Why cruelty? Why human misery? Why is wretchedness part of our destiny? Why must we live with mendacity and deception? Why do we often act so unwisely and imprudently? Why is human nature so prone to depravity? Why are we so fragile? Why is the world so fragile? Why are we at the mercy of time and death and randomness? Why must the unimaginable be part of our reality? Why? 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 You may not see my face, God tells Moshe, but you may see my back. We can only see the back. We can only apprehend the aftermath of the events in our lives and our reality. Maybe one day we will understand how we got into this. Maybe one day we will understand all this we're living through and that we didn't imagine we would. Maybe. It's a big maybe. Our human fate is to live with uncertainty and with the unimaginable. Some of the unimaginable in our lives is the result of pure randomness and unfairness. Some of the unimaginable we bring upon ourselves, whether by commission or by omission. But we still want to see the face. We accept that there is much in our reality we can't understand, but we still want to see the face. Please let me see your face. We want the connection. We want the intimacy. We want to know that we mean something, that we count. We don't want to live separated and alienated from God's presence, from the heart of reality, from each other, from meaning and purpose. We want to be seen. We want to be embraced in a gaze. We want to be understood in our vulnerability, to find comfort, to find reassurance, to find guidance. Please let me see your face. Where does this powerful yearning for connection come from? An ancient midrash claims that the primordial Adam was a being with two faces back to back. One face looking this way, the other face looking the other way, and joined in the back. A male face and a female face that were eventually hewn and split into two separate and independent beings. The great Jewish mystical master of the 16th century, Rabbi Yitzhak Luria, says that the two faces were one human and one divine. The separation happened so that they could come face to face. But first, they would have to be cut apart. They would have to feel the anguish of the separation and the distance. They would have to experience great yearning, and they would have to look for each other in an often dark and foggy world. This is the great mystery of Rosh Hashanah. Rabbi Yitzhak Luria teaches our quest to come face to face. That's why we yearn, and that's why we are here tonight. In turbulent and uncertain times, in the midst of an unimaginable reality, the anguish and the yearning become even more acute. We call out Mima Amakim, out of the depths. And in turn, if we listen carefully in the heart, there is something that calls us to rise. These Yamim Noraim, as part of our spiritual work, we will attempt to find a path for us to walk in these unimaginable times. We will explore how to find and cultivate resilience. What are the lessons we have an opportunity to learn while we dwell in this most uncomfortable and disconcerting place? What values we need to dedicate ourselves to in order to grow in spiritual and moral strength? And how we may see beyond the present moment to a time when we can rebuild on more solid ground. All souls descend a ladder from heaven to earth, said the Kotzker Rebbe. Once they have arrived, the ladder is removed. But then the souls are bidden to move upward They are called again and again. So they go about looking for the ladder. Some people give up. For how can one ascend to heaven without a ladder? There are, however, those souls that are resolved not to fail. They throw themselves toward heaven but fall. They try repeatedly until they too give up the struggle. Yet wise people maintain that since no ladder is to be found, there is no alternative. What we are called upon to do, we must do. Whatever may happen, we must continue to strive upward until God has mercy and draws us up. In these unimaginable times, we will continue to strive upward. As we engage in the work of soul-searching and teshuvah, we plead these Yamim Noraim that God may see our plight. Show us just a little bit of the face. Support us and strengthen us and draw us up. Shana Tova.
Please rise. Aleinu, page 25.
עלינו לשבח לדור הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המנם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
אלוהינו זולתו, שבתה לבביך כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים הארץ.
כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ.
ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
are invited to remain standing for Mourner's Kaddish, page 26. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'amad divra yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yamechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kari v'yamru
Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lemei hayaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach Yitpa'ar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei Kudesha, Brichu, Le'ela, Le'ela, Mikol, Berchata, V'shirata, Tush B'chata, V'nechamata, Da'amiran, V'ama, V'yamru, Amen. Yehei Shlama, Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim, Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yamru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'yamru, Amen. You may be seated. Shana Tova again. It's a very weak Shana Tova for the beginning of the holiday. Thank you. Shana Tova, Shana Tova. Better. Sometimes it takes a while. I feel like the first night is always people are already, we feel tense. I hope we loosen up a little bit. We need this. We need to let go a little bit. We know if you're here that you have an entrance card. Please follow what your entrance card says. Tonight is except for tomorrow night, when we'll all be together again at 88th Street. We're in multiple locations. Please, please, we beg you to go to the location that you've been assigned to. This is a massive production, and our team has worked extremely hard to keep everyone safe, the right amount of people in the right places, and we need to come together as a community to honor the commitments we've made to go to the places we've assigned up for. So please do so. Services begin tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Family services are at 10:30, and tomorrow afternoon at
Tell them to be early.
this is Rolly always says this. I've been standing with him up there for a long time, so now I say it too. The tefillah begins at 9. Actually, I feel like the tefillah begins when you're walking, right? That you're already anticipating. And the pilgrimage starts at that point. And the deeper you go, the more powerful it is. And while services sometimes feel extensive, there's purposeful in that way, because you can't get somewhere if you don't walk that path. And if you come late, you miss the buildup. You miss the ladder. And so we invite you to make the whole pilgrimage. When we stand here tonight, and then many of us will make our way dancing on Simchat Torah, whenever Simchat Torah ends on the last day of these whole marathon, you feel when you've been there the whole time. And so we make that invitation to strive to, not because of guilt, but because it allows us something that, one, individually you can't get if you just pop in. And secondly, as a kahal, as a community, we need each other to carry each other forward. And when we start together, you feel the build-up together. It doesn't happen the same way when it's one person over here and one person over here. So join us on time, or early for that matter. It also, when people arrive in a timely way, it makes the jockeying towards seats less complicated. And so we invite you also to not save extensive seats. We need the community who's here to be in the seats that we have. Tomorrow afternoon at 5:30, Abby and Margot are two new Marshall T. Meyer Fellows. Really happy to have you. We're sitting in the first row, have joined Tobias for the year. Margot and Abby will be giving a teaching on Tashlich, and at 6:15 we'll be gathering at the river. You can gather at the river 5:30 here, 6:15 at the river. Weather, Tashlich isn't prevented by the weather, and then you can do Tashlich from any time between now and Hoshana Rabbah. If you don't make it tomorrow, there's also going to be a pamphlet with a self-guided Tashlich. Should you not be able to make the study session, feel free to ask on your way out for those materials. Just a couple more announcements. As I think many of you know, I think everyone should know that we house a shelter in partnership with SBSA, the Church of St. Paul and St. Andrew. And we have a 5-night-a-week shelter, 2 nights here, 3 nights there. We're in acute need of sleepover volunteers. Not everyone can sleep over, but a lot of people can. If you chose to sleep over, everyone in the community chose to sleep over who was able, once a month or even once a year, we would be able to cover the nights. It's the only mitzvah that you can do in your sleep. So we make the invitation after Rosh Hashanah to sign up to fulfill this mitzvah. And also, of course, in anticipation of Kol Nidre, when we choose not to eat, there are so many people in this world who are not making that choice. They just don't have enough food. And that is true on the Upper West Side and in our city. The West Side Campaign Against Hunger, which lives in the basement of this Church of St. Paul and St. Andrew, we support them, and with our monies that are collected on Kol Nidre, we support thousands upon thousands of meals. We used to give cans prior to September 11th. but our dollars go much farther than those cans did. So we invite you to do that as well. Finally, as we anticipate this deep journey together as a community, we invite us to bring our best selves to the table when we walk in the door. As we've said, we have a team of staff that is expanded during this time of year with security, with people who are checking entrance cards at the door, with staff who are giving up their holidays to make sure we have a holiday. Please be generous, not only with our staff and with our security, but with each other. It's a shame that we can't live the prayer as we're making our way into the door or when we're leaving. Please, please, we beg of you to be generous and find that we're trying to be our best selves, not only in our prayers to God, but in how we deal with one another at every step of the way. So thank you, and we want to thank all the staff who's worked so hard to make this possible, extended hours beyond belief. Thank you. We conclude with the Yigdal on page 28 at the end of the tefillah. Marcelo, Aaron, Roli, Ari, and I will make our way to the back so we can greet everyone a Shana Tova after the bracha, Sofit.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח נמצא וענד אל מציאותו נמצא וענד אל מציאותו
אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו
הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר יורה גדולתו ומלכותו יורה גדולתו ומלכותו
שפע נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו
לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו לעולמים לזולתו לעולמים לזולתו
צופה ויודע סתרנו מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו
מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו
of someone next to you. O God, Elohei Hazman, O God of time, in these unimaginable times, we often walk a path that feels lonely and isolated, with broken hearts for people that we can't reach out to, for the brokenness of the world. How many people are hurting or hungry? How many people aren't considered equal or understood? How unimaginable. Oh God, we know that that ladder is there. Help us climb. Help us find the strength to take a step forward in this new year, even with all our brokenness, to reach out, to not be alone, to find you. Help us to be carried along the way with your guidance, with your love, with your mercy, when we trip and fall and recognize that we're not the human beings that we're meant to be. Help us to find that holy spark inside of us that you need to write on it, life, chaim. Help us to choose life. Help us to believe in life. And help us to hope that life can be filled with goodness and holiness and peace. On this holy beginning of this new year of 5779, we pray that you give us this strength to believe in the possibility of what humanity can be, what a country can be, what Israel and America, the possibility of equality, justice, and peace. Guide us as we find the prayers deep inside, as we reach out to each other in song and longing, to bring forth the blessing of the new year, to say goodbye to the curses of the past, and to lift up your name, life, for each and every one of us. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yuchaneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lachem. Shalom, Shana Tova u'Metzuka.